Discord mods, living a life of luxury, pounding down energy drinks, and rizzing e-kittens, all from the comfort of their mom's house. But what if being a mod came with a price? Today we're gonna make a Discord mod horror game and find out if we have what it takes to survive a night in their shoes. Here's the idea. You play as a Discord mod trying to rizz up a kitten before sunrise, but there's just one catch. Every time you start to hear your door creak open, you'll have to hide, which interrupts your sacred rizz progress. And if you don't make it in time, then you'll get hit with the jump scare from the Discord demon. It's simple, cursed, and probably a bad idea. So let's get started. Since my 3D modeling skills are limited to say the least, I grabbed this free house asset that came with all of the basics to block out the Discord room. We've got all of the essentials. A bed, desk, hyper-realistic body pillow, god damn, but no computer, and it wouldn't really be a Discord game without one. So after not completely butchering this computer model, I dropped into the room, marveled at its beauty for a minute, and then started on the Discord UI. We've got notification buttons, the name of the app, and of course, a kitten to chat up. Pretty simple stuff. But when I turn off all the lights, it's a little too dark for my liking. So I was thinking we could just add a little computer light right here, give it some blue color, and there we go. This room is feeling way more depressing by the second. It's perfect. The room definitely feels more Discordy now, but I don't think we're fully there yet. To truly immerse the player, we are going to need something absolutely crucial. A disturbingly accurate Discord mod character. I made sure to give him all of the Discord mod staples. A peak male physique, doo-doo undies, and of course, a fedora to tip at the huzz. But at this point, the game feels way more cursed than it is creepy, so I think it's finally time we start on the door mechanics. I started by adding some code to play an animation of the door opening, and once the animation is done, then the door is considered opened. The door will randomly open throughout the night to try and catch you off guard, and if you aren't hidden, then a jump scare will trigger and end the game. Okay, so we have the door opening mechanic now, but no way for the player to actually hide. So we'll just make it so the player can hide under the bed. All this will take is just some super simple code that should let us shimmy under the bed when we press the F key. And here's what it looks like.
Hacker man. He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
Okay, after some revisions, this should finally work. Let's go! We now have something that somewhat feels like a horror game, but it is missing something very, very important. The actual gameplay. So we need to hop back to the computer and add some fun stuff there. First up, we need a chat bar. The player needs to actually be able to talk to the kitten and spit some game. We are also adding a rizz meter so that the player can see how close they are to securing that e-mommy. The default meter was pretty ugly though, so I quickly sketched up a cleaner version. Now here's what it looks like when you sit at the desk, but you still can't actually do anything yet. You can't move the meter or even talk to the kitten because, well, we don't even have a kitten. So let's go build ourselves a kitten AI. We aren't going to be doing anything too crazy for the AI, we're just making it recognize 6 key rizz words that will fill up the progress bar towards the top once you type them in. These keywords will be scattered all over the room, in decorations, carved onto the walls, and maybe even tattooed on your forehead. You're going to need to run around and find them before the Discord demon finds you, or before the time runs out. So really, there's actually 2 different ways you can lose the game. There's the death ending and the no kittens ending. Both are equally terrifying. I also spent some time writing up some kitten responses based on the level of rizz that you use. There's 3 different levels of rizz. Max rizz, repeat rizz, and no rizz. Max rizz is when you use one of the keywords that you found around the room, while repeat rizz is when you try and use that same word again. No rizz is what you have when you're trying to ask out your gym crush. Only max rizz will give you rizz progress, while any other responses kind of just grosses the kitten out. Once you find all 6 words, an event will trigger and you'll have to complete that to actually win the game. You'll see what I mean by saying event in just a second. But before that, we need to get rid of this red bean because I am so tired of seeing it every single time the door opens. So let's go ahead and model up our monster. I wanted to really lean into the Discord mod vibe when designing this monster, so I did the only logical thing. I made a cursed Kirby model. But don't let his cuddly features fool you because he is packing that London heat and is out for blood. We'll just post him up right outside the door and make him rotate to wherever the player is. And now it looks so much better. I'll tell you what doesn't look good though. This T-posing Discord mod. Since I added a mirror into the game, I kind of feel obligated to give this guy some animations. we are going to be using mixed mode to animate this guy, but since we kind of made him with the peak male physique, a lot of these animations don't really work on him. After about 20 minutes of searching, I did find some animations that actually did though. The only one that ended up actually working was the orc walk, which is kind of funny that it works so well for this model. After adding these animations, the base game finally feels pretty polished, so I think it's time that we move on to the special event that I was talking about earlier. Alright, so you found all of the keywords around the room and rizzed up the kitten, but there's one last challenge you have to do before you can make it official. The kitten asks you to buy her Amazon wishlist, and you're gonna need your mom's credit card for that. But it's not just as simple as swiping a card. You're gonna have to head over to your shelf, avoid Cursed Kirby, and manually type in each digit of the card number. You're probably saying right now, oh, that sounds pretty easy. Wrong. Trust me, I kept forgetting every single number I was on. And if you type in one wrong number, you gotta delete the whole thing. I mean, I guess I can't be too mad because I made it that way. But if you think you can do better, then try and give it a shot yourself. Link in the description below. Anyways, after adding that event, I thought the room could use a little something extra. I wanted to give it more of a homey feel. So I quickly just modeled up this Dr. Do can and scattered them all around the room. Your bed, Dr. Do. Your shelf, Dr. Do. You, Dr. Do. It's always been Do. Door, Do. Wait a second. Did you hear that? The sound coming from the door? No? Well, neither did I. I'm over here messing with decorations and I forgot to add a main game mechanic. The door opening sound effect. Cause how are you gonna know when to stop creeping out the huzz over at the computer? This is priority number 1 right now. So we'll just do a little and a little and we're done. The player can actually hear the game now. Apparently I was in the sound effect mood because after fixing the door, I went and made a super simple jump scare for Kirby, just so I could move on to making the actual jump scare sound. Because I had what I thought at the time was a brilliant idea. I would grab 2 different Kirby sound effects that I liked, specifically this one and this one. And then I thought it would be super cool to make a jump scare sound out of both of them. Well, after messing around in the sound studio for way longer than I should have, we got this. But before I show you, please don't judge it too hard. I know it sucks. It sounds like a legendary Pokemon with a failing liver. I know. And that'll do it for the game. It was so much fun to make, and I'm looking forward to making plenty more games this summer. I would absolutely love it if you'd give me some ideas of what you'd like to see next in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.